In a world polished by filters, where every word is rehearsed and every image perfected before release, perfection doesn't pull Gen Z in. They're drawn to the cracks in the mask, to the trembling voice that dares to admit, "I am not unbreakable." This is the hidden magnetism of vulnerability. Maybe that's why Gen Z leans in closer than anyone else, because they've lived in a world of flawless masks, and they're starving for the cracks. Raised inside highlight reels, they learned early, perfection doesn't connect. It isolates, because when everything looks untouchable, you feel untouched, alone in your chaos, convinced you're the only one stumbling. And then, someone breaks the silence, posts without polishing, speaks without rehearsing, confesses what the world calls weakness, and suddenly thousands lean closer. Why? Because vulnerability carries a power no performance can fake. It whispers, "This is real, and real is rare." This instinct is older than social media. Long before screens, tribes built trust, not by boasting strength, but by showing wounds. A scar wasn't just survival, it was proof of honesty. People trusted the one who dared to be seen as human. Our bodies haven't forgotten. We still lean toward the voice that admits, "I don't have it all together." For Gen Z, that voice feels like home. They've seen the curated mansions, the perfect influencer lives, and they know it's a stage. What moves them isn't the set design, it's the moment the curtain slips. That's why shaky confessions go viral. Why unfiltered tears reach millions. Why the words, "I don't know how to go on" spread faster than campaigns polished for months. It's not weakness, it's recognition, not pity, belonging. Here's the secret. Vulnerability lowers the walls between us. When someone reveals their scars, we feel permission to reveal ours. Your wound reflects mine. Your crack shows me I'm not shattered alone. And in that instant, strangers become kin. Noise becomes signal. That's the paradox of power. Vulnerability looks like risk, but in reality, it's the foundation of trust. The fastest path to intimacy. The one thing perfection can never replicate. A confident speech may impress you, but a trembling confession can change you. And this isn't just about relationships, it's business, it's leadership, it's branding. Gen Z doesn't buy from flawless brands. They buy from honesty. They don't follow leaders who pretend to have all the answers. They follow leaders who admit mistakes, yet keep moving forward. A company that only shows polished success feels distant, but a founder who shares the struggle, the late nights, the near collapse, builds loyalty no campaign can buy. A manager who says, "I don't know everything, but we'll figure it out together," creates trust deeper than the one who hides behind authority. A creator who shares not just the finished product, but the messy drafts and failures becomes magnetic, because they're real. So here's the deeper truth. If you want influence, if you want customers, clients, or a community to trust you, don't just market your strengths. Reveal your humanity, because vulnerability is strategy. It's not the weakness of business, it's the heartbeat of it. So ask yourself, what truth have you buried under smiles and silence? The one you think will repel them? Maybe the very thing that pulls them closer. Because a scar is not just a mark, it's a lantern in the dark. And every lantern draws those who carry the same night. For Gen Z, that lantern of raw truth burns brighter than any performance. Because what they crave isn't perfection, it's proof they are not alone. The hidden magnetism of vulnerability is this. What you thought was weakness was the doorway to belonging all along. So tell me, in your own work or business, would you trust the flawless expert or the one who shows you the scars behind their success?